Hey, you sexy monkeys, welcome back to the Sky Gene Experience. We are going to be doing a movie review for Predator 2. The story goes you're in LA and you're like during this big heat wave, and you have these LA detectives. They're in the middle of two gang wars. You have the Jamaicans and the Colombians going at each other.
Get
And in the
worse.
middle of it, the Predator is
Much
hunting them
worse.
one by one. And one by one, the Colombia drug lords and the Jamaican drug lords, they start dying one by one. The
Whoever killed
detectives
him
are
is gonna
trying to
pay.
figure out
I'm
what
gonna
is
finish
going
him.
on. It all comes together very end for one big
It
climax
has
for a
almost no
huge,
weight,
but it
epic
cuts
toe-to-toe
like steel.
battle. And on top of all of that, you have this secret military operation that knows about the Predator, and they're trying to hunt the Predator. So essentially, you got like
You
four
don't
different
know
groups
what
of
you're
people
dealing with.
in the middle of all this. The Predator just working their way
Otherworld
through it
life
one by one.
forms, drawn
The
by
shitty
heat
part about
and
this movie I don't like
conflict.
off the bat is they have no Arnold Schwarzenegger. I would absolutely
He's
love
on
it if they
safari,
would continue
lions,
that storyline of
tigers,
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
the
And
bears.
still, it's 2022,
Oh
we
my.
still don't have a fucking movie of Arnold Schwarzenegger. That sucks, man. I love Danny Glover that plays the main guy in this.
Danny
I
Glover,
absolutely
Gary
love him.
Busey,
I first
Ruben
knew about
Blades,
him.
Maria Conchita
I was
Alonso,
during the Angels
Bill
and
Paxton.
that shit when I was a kid. The writers of this movie, they are the same writers from the first movie. Stan Winston, he's back as the special effects guy. Kevin Peter Hall is back as playing the Predator again. He is about 7 feet tall. He's probably even taller than that. But he has that movement that nobody can replicate. It's so smooth. It's one of a kind. What makes this movie pretty good, in my opinion, it is one of the great castings. I mean, you have Bill Paxton, for crying out loud. Bill Paxton plays Jerry. He's a young, up-and-coming detective. You even got Gary Busey in this. His son would go play in the 2018 Shane Black's The Predators. He's that scientist. He's a good actor. There's a lot of throughout this movie. You get a lot of action. You get a lot of shooting. And in my opinion, a little too much. If you ever watched the movie RoboCop, that's the setting of LA. It is identical to what RoboCop is. One of the things I don't like about this movie, like I just said a second ago, when they do their shootouts, they do it way too unrealistic, over the top. Just they need to tone it down a little bit, guys. Some of the deaths in this were fucking amazing, dude. Like the subway scene. Oh, and then he just pulls Bill Paxton's spine out like that shit. Fuck. The Predator looked really good in this movie. He really did. The meat locker scene is beautiful. It makes Rocky's punching bag scene just look like it's a kindergarten movie compared to this. I really love the idea of how the military was there and they knew about the Predator and they knew some tricks and they're actually trying to hunt the Predator. But then, of course, you all know that don't work, and then the Predator turns and just fucking kills them one by one, just like they should have died. It's really cool in this movie. You get to see like the Predator's like train of thought throughout this time he's thinking, especially the scene where he's like he knows they're there, but he can't see them, so he goes through his visions one by one until he finds them, and he's like, oh, and then he sees them. And then the way he thinks is you don't get to see that really at all in the first movie. The ending was pretty fucking awesome for two reasons. One, because there's a shit ton of predators. There's not just, I mean, like he fights one, he wins one, and then out of nowhere, here comes all these predators. And then Danny Glover gets his like gun, old like 300-year-old captain's gun, and the predators, says something, and it's so fucking cool. Lastly, the biggest part of this movie I fucking love is the biggest Easter egg in this franchise is the alien skull in the background that indicates Alien is part of this universe, and that is huge because that just, I mean, at the time and when this movie came out in 1990, Alien vs Predator doesn't come out for another 14 years in 2004. But they definitely got that ball rolling. Overall, I enjoy this movie. It's nice to watch it again. I wish they wouldn't do this LA scene setting and they went a little to the top with the cops, but it's not bad, man. It's an action flick. You get everything. You get your shooting. You get to see some boobs, some cool kills, and it's not that bad. Bill Paxton, he gets killed by a predator. He's also been killed by an alien and a Terminator. So he's the only person that can say that. And that's why overall this movie, in my opinion, for the Sky Gene score, is a 6.5 out of 10. Alright guys, what you guys all think about this movie down below? Write down, do you guys think this movie should have gone to LA? Do you guys think this sequel should have kept it with Arnold Schwarzenegger? Or is there a route they should have completely have gone? Are you guys excited for this upcoming Prey movie that's coming out later this year? I'm fucking stoked. I hope they do a good job. I really hope they don't fuck it up. I really hope so. Alright guys, I am moving on to 2010 Predators. Alright guys, I'll see you later. Remember, if you go to jail, don't drop that soap.